Alright folks, so Red Dead Redemption 1 has now a native PlayStation 5 build, and honestly, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Mostly good, but not in the full remake terms that a lot of people wanted. The update gives a native 4K HDR, faster loading thanks to the SSD, DualSense support, and a performance mode that targets 60 frames per second, plus a 4K 30 frames per second, of course if you want to go for that quality mode. Visually, it's cleaner, right? Textures look sharper, draw distances is better, and a smoother frame rate makes long rides across the map feel less wonky. For people who never played the old game, or who only remember PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 wobble, this feels like a real win. John Marston's story lands better when the game runs smoothly, and it doesn't break your immersion every 5 minutes. It's also great for streamers and creators, easier to show the story without tech problems getting in the way. But that said, a lot of the conversation is, and I quote, "This is useful, but don't oversell it." Now, the upgrade fixes the core technical stuff, frame rate, HDR, loading times, but it doesn't rebuild the game. Animations, some of the old camera issues, UI quirks, and the parts of that felt dated are mostly still all the same. So if you were hoping for a full remaster with a rebuild models perhaps, big visual overhauls, or tons of new quality of life features, you probably feel a little let down. People online are calling it a polished port or maybe a light upgrade, rather than a proper remake. The price and the value debate is loud for that reason. Some think that the cost should reflect how small the changes are. Others are happy to pay to avoid the hassle of paying the aging version. And there were also launch hiccups, confusion about the upgrade paths in certain regions, and a few bugs as well, so expect patches over the next few weeks. On top of that, of course, we cannot forget that we did already receive a port for Red Dead Redemption 1 on PlayStation 4, and you could still play that version on your PlayStation 5 due to the backwards compatibility. But now it's got an update, specifically a native version for a PlayStation 5, still begs a question: why did it do that? Why not concentrate on something else? So, where Red Dead Redemption 2 fits into this is it's quite interesting because it already looks great on a modern hardware. I want to touch on that. Fans want a careful, respectful update. Things like faster loading times, a proper, finally would be nice, 60 frames per second, and some quality of life fixes rather than a rushed touch-up. There's been some rumors and title breadcrumbs, like store listings popping up, insider chatters, and a next-gen or perhaps enhanced Red Dead Redemption 2 build might happen, but Rockstar hasn't made a formal announcement like they did for the original. So while it seems likely something could come, don't treat leaks as a fact. If they do a Red Dead Redemption 2 upgrade, people want it to be done right, not half done just to say that we released an update. And then a little bit on an other conversation on that front, Grand Theft Auto 4. Now this is a rumor as well. There are persistent leaks and insider whispers about the modernizing of the Grand Theft Auto 4, and the timing makes sense to some fans, especially with other Rockstar projects shifting around. What the community keeps asking for is the obvious. Native PlayStation 5, Xbox Series builds, 60 frames per second, and improved PC support so the game runs clean on the modern systems. But again, until Rockstar confirms anything, it's all a speculation. Fans are hopeful because Grand Theft Auto 4 story and settings are classics and would benefit from a solid modern rebuild. But expectations are high and people don't want another half-finished remaster or even a port. Now, one extra point to call out is that a lot of people don't always mention a big practical reason we might not actually have seen for such a long time a Grand Theft Auto 4 port or a remaster is because of the music licensing. Grand Theft Auto 4 uses a lot of the licensed songs in its radio stations, and many of those licenses expired years after release. Rockstar actually removed a long list of tracks back in 2018 when those 10-year deals ran out, and they confirmed some musics would be cut rather than renewed. That patch pulled dozens of songs from stations and swapped in replacements, which shows how messy music rights can be for old games. Relicensing all those tracks for modern re-releases would be expensive and legally tricky. So it's a very plausible reason for delays or for Rockstar to sit on a full port until they find the right approach. You know, at the community level, people are using this kind of moment to ask for a clearer standards. Players want fair upgrade rules, discounts or free upgrades where they make sense. Clear patch notes that lists exactly what's changed, and fast follow-ups fixes for launch bugs. Good communications from the studio would cut down a lot of the disappointment. You know, bottom line, the PlayStation 5 Red Dead Redemption 1 update is, I guess it's nice, but it's meaningless. It makes kind of the classic easier to play for sure, and it brings in closer to the modern hardware, and I think it matters. But it's not a full loving rebuild, it's not even a remaster that just a lot of fans hope for. Red Dead Redemption 2 likely gets attention at some point, but there's no official word yet, and Grand Theft Auto 4 is still mostly leaks and rumors. And music rights is the real issue in this case. It's a big headache that likely plays a role in why we haven't seen a full modern release yet. You know, do let me know down in the comments as well what you think about all this regarding Red Dead Redemption 1 getting re-released once again, an upgrade for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series, and then also no news regarding the Red Dead Redemption 2, and same thing with regards of Grand Theft Auto 4. Man, I love to see Grand Theft Auto 4 get a port at least. Because like I was hopeful for maybe somewhat of a remake, but I knew that it was not gonna happen. And then I was hopeful for a remaster. And now that we're only getting ports from Rockstar and that what we have seen from Red Dead Redemption 1, I'm at least hoping that we should see some sort of a port for Grand Theft Auto 4 on the modern car hardware, such as the PlayStation 5 and of course more updated PC version of the game. Well, yeah, do let me know down in the comments as well what you think about all this ordeal. And, you know, are you disappointed with the Red Dead Redemption 1 upgrades? Like, were you expecting Red Dead Redemption 2 like everybody else? But yeah, do let me know down in the comments, I'd love to read it. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys all later, and yeah, have a good one.